Hey everyone, it's Adam and Kathy, the vegan preppers, here to bring you a couple chat. Do-do-do, do-do-do, vegan prepper. Do-do-do, do-do-do, vegan prepper. We'll begin, I guess, with a life update. Probably the biggest life update that we have right now is...
we're getting solar installed.
Yeah, solar panels on the house. We're finally doing it. It's very exciting.
So we live in the Valley of the Sun, so we're going to start harnessing it, some of it to, make the world a better place. Or
to our advantage as well. I mean, it's not 100% altruistic, where there's going to be some major benefit to us as well. Surprisingly, not like we still won't have any power if the grid goes down, which is kind of the surprising part. But it's still a really good decision financially overall. And then obviously we can't have power when the grid goes down without the solar panels. So we still have to do step 1 if we want step 2, which is a big battery bank, to have power available to us should the grid go down. So I don't know, the system basically works where the panels are on the house. They are feeding energy into the grid, and then all the power that we will be receiving is still basically from the grid. So it's not going to be from our own solar panels, which is why we won't have electricity if the electricity goes off. But
yeah, I always understood it as we would produce our own electricity, and then whatever else, either if we had a surplus, that would go into the grid, or if we had, if we needed extra, then we would buy that from the grid. But that's not how it works.
Yeah, so it was interesting, but overall still great choice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be good for us. And we'll kind of, as the process goes along, we'll bring you guys along and maybe make that a whole video of the process and the install and all that stuff. Yeah,
but it is going to save us a lot of money. So that is really great. It's the combined cost of the, what is it that we're paying for still with SRP, even though we're producing all of our own power now?
It's basically a finance charge, or not a finance charge, usage charge, I think is what they call it. Basically for them to give power back to us after we gave them power. That is hooked to the ground, essentially.
Yeah.
SRP owns all of the electrical wire in the area.
Own everything, which is probably why there isn't more solar around, because it would mean probably less money for them. They need to figure out how to cash in on that. Anyway. Yeah. But so even still, we're going to become energy producers rather than energy users, and hopefully it'll still be, because we're getting a ton of panels. I can't remember how many we're getting. We're getting like 22 panels or something like that.
Yeah, it's enough to produce way more electricity than we use currently.
Yes. So hopefully then that usage charge gets reduced even further, because SRP has a certain buyback rate.
Yep.
But yeah,
they buy back the excess electricity at, I forget what rate, but potentially we could produce enough to negate that charge. And probably not in summertime, but in the rest of the year.
Yes, and so I guess combined, you explained it better before in the last take that we didn't keep, because it was 8 minutes long of just us talking about solar stuff. It was really boring.
The combined cost of our electric bill and the financing for the solar panels. We are buying the solar panels, but we're financing them. Mm-hmm. We are not leasing them or renting them. We are buying them, but they're very expensive. So we are financing them. So the cost of the financing and of the electricity bill will be less than our average monthly electricity bill is now. So,
it's gonna be way cheaper. Yeah. So, and then I think there's so many things about that are good. Obviously, saving money immediately as a cheaper bill, but then also that we are locking in that price because rates are increasing. And they keep increasing. And our electricity bill, it's interesting because like we've even recently, We've purchased more energy efficient appliances. We actually use less electricity now than we ever have, but our bill keeps climbing because the rates keep climbing. So we're going to be locking in a price that will not rise. So
yeah, apparently something in the contract with the with SRP, with the solar, basically our rates are going to be what our rates are for
forever.
I guess forever.
Yeah. And so that is part of what we're signing on for. And so that also seems like a really smart decision at this point. Like I said, it's a little, I don't know if it's disappointing because I kind of was aware, but like I wasn't aware of the fact that we wouldn't even have power during the day. Like I thought that we would have power at least during the day.
Yeah.
If stuff turned off. But even so, like I said, it's step one. Next step will be the batteries. So for now, we're going to get ourselves set up. We're still going to have a cheaper bill. We're going to lock in rates. Our bill will stay cheap. When everybody else's is going up, ours will stay cheap. And yeah, it seems like a good decision, even though financing is not our favorite.
No.
It's not. But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like the right decision for this. It feels like it's not like an unsecured debt. It's like a, you know.
Yeah. If we can't pay for it, they'll come and rip it off the roof in no time.
But then also it's drastically increasing the value of our house. It's, you know, almost across the board, it raises the value of your house to have solar panels. Maybe in certain places it doesn't, but here it does. And so yeah, anyway, all around, good decision. Very happy about it.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated how that's going. All right. Then you want to talk about August at all? Or just like launch into our main topic? Or?
We talk about August.
Yeah.
We are, I guess, kind of doing a little bit of a reset on our health.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, if you guys have watched for a while, you know we do this occasionally where we'll kind of go extreme on our eating and our health to kind of get back on track. You know, summertime, there's been a lot of family get-togethers. There's been a lot of snacks around.
Stress. I had a stress muffin the other day. I was eating it. I was like, this is a stress muffin. I'm eating my stress. But yeah, it's just been a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I've been eating kind of. It's funny because I have more time in the summer. Work is slower, and with the kids off school, my mornings are easier. But I get super lazy about my food. Like I don't pay attention, and I wake up late, and then I throw some stuff in a bag and whatever we have lying around in the house.
Yeah.
Eating like 4 bowls of oatmeal during the day, and that's it. Or going and getting a vegan breakfast burrito from Walmart or something. But
yeah, you know, though I gotta say it's harder now, right? Because I've been vegan now. I'm coming up on my 5-year vegan anniversary. You just had your 4-year, correct? Because you went vegan after I did, but not very long after I did. But even just in that short amount of time, the drastic increase of available junk food, it
crazy.
Skyrocket. Like I had a stress muffin because there's a local coffee shop that I like to go to when I want whatever, like a quick coffee or whatever, and to support them rather than Starbucks. Not that I necessarily have anything specifically against Starbucks. I just like supporting a local business, you know, when I can. But they have vegan menu items, and they've got this amazing gluten-free vegan muffin. So it's like, what is it even made out of? I don't know. It's good. It's amazing. It's made out of amazingness is what it's made out of. But it's like, yeah, I have access to those things that I can just go. I can get my whatever drink with soy milk. I can get, you know, my muffin right there at the shop. I don't have to like work on making it myself with good ingredients. Like when we first went vegan, it's like I had to make literally everything, like literally every single thing that went into our mouths. Pretty much I had to make it because you couldn't find it anywhere. Now you can find it everywhere, you know? I've been vegan 5 years, and I know people look at me and they're like, why are you still so fat? I know that that's a question, but it's like going vegan didn't fix all my food issues, especially now that we've got junk everywhere. So yes, every now and then we need to do a reset, and we need to, focus on eating healthy again. And it's like almost even more important now. Like, I don't remember having to do resets when we first started. We were just like super healthy. Like, starting, I guess, was a reset. That was the reset. And now it's like, my gosh, you can go to Whole Foods and you've got like packs of cookies, and you've got vegan cupcakes, and you've got vegan ice cream, and you've got, it's serious, y'all. It's not easy. It's not easy staying healthy anymore, even as a vegan.
Yeah.
It used to be vegan was kind of almost synonymous with health.
Yeah, because all you could eat was vegetables.
Right. Yeah, whole grains and vegetables and beans, and that's what you should be eating in fruits. But yeah, so anyway, we're having a bit of a reset in August. For you, it's motivated a bit because you've got a race coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Talk your shenanigans.
Yeah, it's actually not even my race. I'm running support for a friend of mine who's doing a 100-miler. So I'm going to be pacing him for a section of it.
How long is your section?
23 miles.
He's going to go run 23 miles in the middle of the night, and it's not even his race.
Just being nice to a friend.
He's helping someone. So yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, I always try to eat really clean the months before an event. I've also been having way too many of one kind of beans, which are coffee beans. So kind of slipped back into that at some point, where I was caffeine free for like 3 months, and I was like, one day I was tired and I was like, I'll just have a cup of coffee. And then 3 months later, I'm 2 cups a day, and I'm like, okay, well, time to get rid of that again.
It's so addictive. It's so hard. I think especially after you've been off of it for so long. And also, it's good. Yeah, it's not just tasty. It's not just the caffeine jolt. It's like coffee is yummy. I agree. It's yummy. And so
decaf is not as yummy as calf.
Yeah, it's like something's just sort of missing.
A little difference.
A little bit, yeah. But it's like the you have that first experience of the jolt where I drink this and it's like I'm so awake and so alive, and then it's like you get kind of addicted to the feeling. You want it again. I mean, it totally makes sense that you would want it again. So yeah, so you're detoxing caffeine and eating clean.
Yeah.
August.
Yeah. And part of the reason for getting rid of the caffeine beyond just needing to get that out of my life is that doing race support, it's going to be going on for probably about 36 hours. We anticipate being awake. So I want to have the caffeine as a tool to boost that performance during that specific event. So if I've got it out of my system, then it's much more effective when I do use it. So
yeah, makes sense.
I don't need to drink 12 Red Bulls to get that buzz. I need to smell a Red Bull and then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, cool. And then, I'm going to... I don't want to say it out loud. I still want to be able to get out of it. I'm going to get rid of added sugar. I've done this before. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm not having any kind of sweet thing whatsoever, but I'm going to go no sugar. So, maple syrup, agave sugar, none of that. But I am kind of a master at date sweetened items, and so I'll just be able to use some date paste in my oatmeal, and I'm gonna allow myself dates and fruits and things like that, but no added sugar because I need to just say no to the stress muffin. I can't do it. Hashtag just say no. No stress muffin. So Yeah, just sort of realizing that, just, I can't even put my finger on exactly what's been going on. I did just release a video all about finding peace, even as a prepper, and recognizing what is our responsibility, what's not our responsibility, and all of that. I think it was an okay video, even though it was like rambling. But, I have been turning a lot more to sweet treats lately, and just noticing that and not liking it. I used to, I had a good handle on it for a while, for quite a while, and now I need to stop that. So I'm gonna cut it off. No more sweet treats. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to cope in healthy ways. Anyway,
You just punch things.
punch.
Get a cookie and then punch it. Take that, Oreo.
But then it's like crumbly things, like cookie crumble or something, and then I want to get ice cream for it. Okay, come on. Okay, all right. Yes, I think that's it. So yeah, August is a bit of a reset for us. So yeah.
Good times.
We're gonna be really angry all month. Next month, he's not gonna get a single couple chat because I'm gonna probably take him up on the punching things. Like, you said I could punch things. Oh gosh. Anyway, all right. So should we go into our main topic now that we've taken 16 minutes to talk about random stuff?
As we do.
Rapid fire. Okay. All right. Do you want to introduce what it is, or do you want me to?
We are going to be talking about our strengths.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to talk about weaknesses because we don't have any. Except for eating too much sugar and caffeine.
Stress moment. So yes. Okay.
It's kind of specifically talking about emergency situations and what we bring to the table in those situations.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sage just woke up from her nap.
Yes.
So, go check on her.
Yep.
So,
our strengths.
Yes, talking about our strengths.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've got 5. Yes, 5 each.
5.
We're not going to talk about every single thing that we're good at because we don't have time in the universe for that. Because we are pretty great. Especially me.
Really, especially him. Like, really. I told him, we got to have a list together because your list is so much longer than my list. It's like, it was funny, we were talking. He's like, yeah, probably. And then I was like, oh, okay, I see how it is. But he was talking about his list for me would be longer than my list for him. It was just how like, all right. Okay. I mean, it's true, but no, but you were talking about the other thing.
I feel like mine are basic thug skills and she's got all the delicate good skills. But
I don't think that's really
true
true
right.
either.
We'll get into them.
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure, I will go first. I would say for you, the thing that came to mind immediately, because we're going to talk about each other's strengths, was your physical fitness. And like you were just talking about your racing, and especially me and my fitness, such as it is, or is not, that, that's a huge plus, like you can run many miles. You're strong, you have stamina, physically you are really good, like really fit, strong, and all of that. I just think it's a huge plus. So yeah, that's a big strength, I think, of yours. As lame as it might be, your physical strength, literal strength, I think it's, yeah.
Literal.
Yeah.
So for Kathy's first one, the thing that immediately came to me was, I'm going to try to explain it in a way that makes it
sound cool.
As cool as it is. We've got it labeled as complex multitasking, but I don't really like the term multitasking because I feel like it doesn't quite say it. Because just the ability to do a lot of things is, I don't know, like almost a standard of culture these days. But specifically, the ability to organize and complete many complex tasks at the same time, and also to organize those tasks in the best possible order so that they get done most effectively. So it's almost like a complex organization skill, but to be able to do a lot of different things at the same time well. And this isn't the coolest way it's done, but when I'm in the kitchen and I am cooking many things and I'm doing multiple recipes at the same time, I will absolutely screw one of those things up. Something is going to be burned. One of the dishes is going to be ruined. Because I am more of a grab a single task and go with it. But
yeah, which
Kathy,
is its own strength.
Yeah.
Honestly, being able to focus through only one task is also really good. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
But Kathy can do many of those tasks at the same time and not let one of them drop. And it's beyond just knowing how to do those tasks better than I can, but being able to have those tasks currently active in her brain even while she's not actively doing them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I have effectively stated that idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in
You're
a
good.
survival situation, that ability to look at a series of objectives that need to be completed,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to organize them in a manner that they're not going to conflict with each other, and they're going to get done in the order they need to get done to most effectively serve us,
Right.
is valuable.
Right. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll just start barking orders. You know, I don't like to be like that, but yeah.
Sometimes it's got to be done.
Well, I don't know. And then a lot of times people will be like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "No, you can't. Just stay out of my way, please. Let me go." Because, yeah, it can be difficult sometimes. But yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So for you, number 2, second thing I was thinking is your mechanical acumen. You're like so talented mechanically. Where you can take almost anything, it seems, and in very short order have that thing apart, know how it all works, put it back together again. If something's broken, being able to figure out, zero in on exactly what's broken and what you need to do to fix that thing. If you don't have a thing to fix that thing, you can make a thing to fix that thing. Like you're a genius when it comes to stuff like that, and like fixing and coming up with stuff, and kind of, you know, and I hate to say the word like jury-rigging stuff, because even that, again, I feel like it's not complimentary enough to like.
You can say MacGyver, it's okay.
Oh yeah, you can MacGyver things. There you go. You can totally MacGyver things. Like, yeah.
Is MacGyver even still a culture reference that anybody even knows?
It should be. If it's not to you, go look
that,
it up.
that new MacGyver on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily mean to insult new MacGyver, but it's not old MacGyver, okay?
It's not Mullet Gyver.
It's not mullet. Yeah, you need the mullet. He made the mullet cool. But anyway, yeah, it's just the ability to truly, seriously, yeah, like duct tape and a paper clip. He can do it. He'll fix anything, you know. So yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's an amazing skill. And that is something that you've been developing since you were tiny, right? You were a little kid. So I would say, because I used to say like when he was a tech, because now you are, you've been promoted. Yay. Like you're now overseeing things more in management position, but you were a tech for over 20 years. And I used to tell people he isn't just a tech because it's like, I don't know, people kind of look down on people who are like mechanics or technicians sometimes, and that you're not just a tech because like you couldn't do something else or whatever. Like, you are truly gifted at that. Like, that is your gift, is mechanical acumen. I don't know. So yeah, it's just really cool. Genius level stuff. So yeah.
That's helpful.
Yeah. But yeah, you're a genius in that way. Like, it's incredible. So yeah, I've seen him do things over the course of our marriage and stuff. And yeah, like, so much too of like why we were able to survive on so little income. It's just because he could fix literally anything, you know?
You know, I get the best meat dryer.
It's like, how many times have you fixed the dryer? How many times have you fixed the washing machine? And you even fixed the dishwasher a few times and the fridge a few times before finally it's like, we gotta get new stuff. So we're probably on the border of needing a new washer and dryer, but you're still making it work. So yeah, it's still going. But yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
They're on their way out, for
yep.
sure.
All right. So I guess number 2 for me.
Yep. So number 2 for Kathy is very acute fine motor skills. Kathy's been developing these skills for a long time of doing very fine precision work, and I feel like that's useful in a lot of situations, whether that be, sewing somebody up or repairing things, pulling that splinter out of someone's eyeball, or,
You're the Splinter King.
Well,
he is.
That's true. That might be my super skill, but
you are the Splinter King. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, continue.
With a pocket knife.
For real, yeah.
But those delicate tasks that need to be done in so many situations. Mm-hmm. Very, very steady hands. Very acute with tiny work.
Thank you. Cool. All right, number 3 for you, I guess, is general survival skills. You've got the camping. You are vegan now, of course. We have mentioned it on the channel that you are a former hunter. You do know how to hunt. You know how to do all that stuff. Survival, camping, all of that. I think it's obviously super beneficial to have somebody on your team with that skill set and that knowledge base. So yeah, for sure. And then you're teaching me some, I'm getting good at building a fire, although we're not talking about me, sorry. But yeah, I was talking about
I think you're better at building a fire than I am at this point.
But I was to say, like, I'm getting really good. That's what I was meaning to say, is that I'm getting to where I can almost rival you with fire building now. But with, most other things, he's still like totally number 1. But yeah, he's teaching me a lot, and teaching the kids, and it's really great to have somebody on the team who has all of that skill set behind him. So yeah.
It's funny, because when I was a kid, my grandfather would start the campfire with a bottle of oil.
Yeah.
He's like, I got oil in the truck. Let's just make a fire. All right, Grandpa, do what you got to do. Don't waste no time rubbing sticks together.
That's pretty great. We can't really rub the stick. We've been working on it. I think we don't have
so hard.
We don't have the right materials. I really think is what it is. Ferro rod too. Starting stuff with ferro rod. Weirdly enough, yeah. Sorry, we're gonna get off topic. But yeah, it's like the only thing in our yard that seems to really light with the ferro rod is leftover corn husks from our garden. That's the only thing.
Pretty well.
They are like the best fire starter on earth. It's like leftover corn husks. But yeah, we don't have like birch bark or anything like that. We have weird desert plants, which are weirdly very difficult to catch on fire, but probably that's a good thing. So
otherwise they would just burst into flames all year long.
Just like all the time. Yeah.
Sun comes out, everything's on fire.
Yeah.
We do get fires here.
Of course.
Pretty bad, but
yeah. But as far as
yeah.
if you're trying to do it on purpose, then it makes you wonder, how does it happen by accident? Like, how does this
at somebody throw out their window. Did somebody throw a lit torch out their window? Freaking.
Is your grandpa with some oil out there, like making stuff light? I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. So yeah, survival skills for you.
Yes. So the next thing I had for Kathy is daily practical skills. I feel like this is something that is underappreciated, but knowing how to do, I mean, you could almost say like home skills, sewing, cooking, that kind of stuff is like so important. People are like, oh, I know how to cook or something, but like honestly, when it comes down to it, like, yeah, knowing how to pour water onto ramen noodles is one thing, but like knowing how to create food for a family out of base components, I don't know how to do that.
I can make the ramen noodles.
Yeah. Make the pasta. Yeah. So when you're in a situation where, say, we're pulling from our stores and we've got flour, I don't know what to do with flour. I'm not going to eat it. I know I'm not supposed to eat it. That's basically what I've got. Don't eat the raw flour. But I don't know how to turn it into anything. Yeah. So yeah, having somebody with expertise in how to do those things that are things that really need to get done. Because we don't prep in the canned food aisle for the most part. We really prep so much more in base components because they stay good longer. But
the versatility.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
It's not just a can of beans. We have, you can turn wheat into so many things. You can turn corn into so many things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and in different situations, those skills are useful in different ways. There's a creativity factor to it where Kathy's extremely creative with less, I guess. Creating something from nothing, or from base components, I guess you could say. Yeah. She has yet to create something from nothing. We'll see.
I'm not Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, even like sewing skills, that translates very well into a bug out situation. Mm-hmm. Beyond just like, oh, I can fix some clothes or sew a button back on, but that translates into shelter building. Making things that we need. Yeah, because you never know what you're going to need that you don't have, and the ability to turn things that are not that thing into that thing is very useful.
Yeah. I know where to find thread in the wild.
I had a piece of it in my truck for a very long time.
Yeah. Anyway, agave, by the way, but that's specifically a desert thing. But yeah, you can just
thread with a needle attached to it.
Yeah, oh, that's a pretty freaking big needle.
Wouldn't want to get stitches.
I'd rather use a needle. Yes. But yeah. Anyway, yes, agave is great. Just pop off the spike and pull, and you've got threads attached. Or as far as I know, this I haven't ever done, but you can slice the leaf off and like kind of process or kind of deal with it in such a way that you end up with strips of fiber off of like the full leaf. But anyway, okay, cool. Thank you for that.
I'm not saying thank you. Thank you for mine too. I'm just like, yeah, I know. Thank you.
I'm just so grateful that you could come up with anything.
So humble.
All right, so for you, this is kind of getting into like mental and emotional skill set, which I think is also really good. Your skills are real too, because it's like I can just spout it and say, yeah, this is your skill, and then we're done. You have to like explain mine.
They're more nuanced.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's because they could be written off as not important. I feel the need to explain why it's important.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel like I need to learn how to do more things. Like maybe I should actually learn how to use some flour to turn into something so I can burn the kitchen down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yes, mental and emotional type stuff. So first thing I have for you is perseverance. This man, he will not stop until his goal is accomplished. And like to the point that like even if it's just, and I mean that's like long term, like stuff like with your running, like the ability to do it more long term. And then also just like during the day, like if we decide we're doing a task, we're doing a job, this man will not stop until that job is done. Long after I have checked out and I'm done, but I'll still be there, but not happy about it. But he is like just on, just will go, focusing, laser focus until that goal is accomplished. It's an incredible thing to me. Because I was trying to decide, would I say stamina? But perseverance is a better word. And then even while we were preparing the video, he just says totally deadpan like he does. What did you say? Perseverance puts you past where stamina ends. He just like drops that. Like, it's just out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. This is who this man is. Yeah, perseverance puts you past where stamina ends. Mic drop, right? Like, oh my gosh. This is like, yeah, beyond stamina, beyond ability, he will keep going. And that is
we're so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for,
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just decide that you're gonna go that extra mile.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got two in you.
Yeah. I don't know. He astounds me all of the time with the things that he sets his mind to, and he just accomplishes them. And I just find that is such a valuable thing to me personally, especially in some kind of emergency situation, that he would be able to do what needs to be done to take care of things, and he's not going to quit when things get hard. So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Try not to.
Yep.
All right, so Kathy's next one is, I feel like we are such a good team because you fill in my gaps for sure.
Yeah, well, you fill in my gaps too. Goodness, yeah.
Kathy has the ability to like empathize with people and to like read people's moods, and I feel like it's multifaceted. Why that's important. Here I'm explaining it again, but again,
I have psychic level people reading.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, Kathy definitely has a next level kind of ability to check into people's mental state.
Yeah.
That's valuable in a group that you are part of, because people aren't always honest with where they're at, physically, emotionally, whether that be to the detriment of the group or the detriment of that person, if they're not being honest with themselves about where they're at, if they're having a tough time with something physically or emotionally. Kathy has the ability to figure that out, and that's a benefit because we can deal with a situation before it's a situation. And then there's the other side of it of, in those emergency situations, you very possibly will be dealing with other people who may or may not have your best interest in mind, and having the ability to figure out what's up with those people is extremely important, so we know more if we can trust people, what they have in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do. I find things out before other people find things out all of the time. that is definitely something that happens, especially at church. Like, I zero in on things, and I know stuff is happening. Even, obviously, I don't know what. Like, I'm not actually psychic, but like I know, and it's happened many times. And I'll be like, so, is something going on with so and so? Like, just because, like, I don't know. I'm nosy, and that's the other thing too. Like, it's not just people reading. Like, I'm nosy. People watcher type thing. I'm always scanning and looking at people.
People have cues that most people don't pick up on.
But yeah, but no, somebody like, no, nothing, not that I know of. Like their best friend, not that I know of. It's like, and then suddenly you find out later, yeah, there was something going on, and yeah, it's like other people just don't know. So no, I do that all the time. Apparently that comes, I learned relatively recently, and I only mention this not because I'm trying to be dramatic, but just in case somebody else is out there who has the same kind of thing going on. Apparently it's really common in young children who survive like abuse situations like I did. I had a very volatile, violent, abusive father, and apparently it's extremely common for people who come out of that situation, because little kids learn how to read adults. They read emotions so that they know when stuff is about to blow up or stuff is about to happen. And so that's a skill that ends up getting developed in children who end up going through things like that. So I didn't know why I seem to have this, again, almost psychic level of understanding what's going on in a person's head. Not only that, but like I said, the nosiness and the tendency to be always watching, always scanning and watching what's going on with people. And apparently that's like a normal, almost survival skill that is developed when you go through stuff like that. So I'm not just nosy. I guess there is a reason behind it. But I also really work at very hard at like only using my powers for good. Because I could, if I wanted to, I could turn it very badly. I could become emotional manipulator extraordinaire. I could manipulate people for sure.
Okay.
Because I understand. And I can read conversations. And
in certain situations could be an asset.
Again, yes. In a certain situation, it could be an asset. But now I work, but it's like, again, that goes against all of my core beliefs of freedom and not being manipulative and manipulating people and allowing people to make their own decisions. And yeah, I'm not willing to do that to people. So yeah. Unless the situation calls for it, then I will. Like in an emergency, I absolutely would. So yeah, that's maybe a slightly negative aspect to it, but yeah, I would do it. All right. Oh, maybe another layer of that is I'm immune to other people doing it to me.
Maybe.
Because I am. I can read it too when somebody's trying to get me to feel something, even to the point of certain bands. Like there are certain Christian bands, and let's not say who, because we'll lose so many subscribers, but there's certain Christian bands and certain songs where it's like you can tell they are trying to get you to feel a certain thing, and I basically check out. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. You know, like it's just not. Like you're trying to get me to feel a thing, and I hate that. I feel like it's emotionally manipulative, and I hate it. So
yeah. I
don't do it. So anyway, all right, sorry. What's your next one? Oh, your last one is, well, the last, because we only did 5, because maybe later we'll do some more if you guys are really interested to hear us talk more about how awesome we are. That you are so ridiculously just methodical, logical, cool-headed. If you guys can't tell, that's what he's like. And it kind of doesn't really matter. It's like the whole world could be blowing up around him, and he's just like still so just cool. You don't overreact. You don't do that. You just like what needs to be done, let's do it. Like very steady, you know.
You know what's really funny is that is something that I developed on purpose. And it started with not liking being tickled.
Really?
Yeah, don't like being tickled. So I developed the ability on purpose to not react when I was being tickled. Because if you react, people tickle you more. But if you don't react and say, oh, I'm not ticklish, and somebody can go crazy and get nothing from you, like, oh, that's boring.
It's
So
true.
like
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's like it started there. So, and then I try to morph that into like when someone jumps out from behind something to scare you, give them nothing. You know, it happens inside, but like to control the physical reaction.
Wow.
Give them nothing.
Well, like, how old were you when you started faking not being ticklish?
Teenager.
Oh, okay. Still.
Got better at it when I was
Yeah.
as I got older, but
yeah,
just
that's really cool.
controlling the physical response.
Yeah. Well, you trained yourself to no longer be afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
You used to be almost like straight up arachnophobe.
Yes.
But now you're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Similar kind of thing. Yeah. Cutting
See?
off that physical reaction to something, but yeah.
Yeah,
So.
see, because he decided one day, I'm not going to be afraid of spiders anymore. Even though he was like, phobia of spiders. And he just decided and did it. Sometimes like that perseverance, like, it's just, he's amazing. But yeah. Cool.
Spiders are still jerks though.
Yes.
Bite you for no reason.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the last one I've got for Kathy, that I feel like she sells herself short on, is physical strength. She talked about my physical strength first, but Kathy's a beast in the gym. So yeah, I mean, I've got the physical endurance locked up, that's awesome. But I'm not super strong. I mean, I'm a very skinny guy. But yeah, Kathy's got beast in the gym. So yeah, she's much stronger than she acknowledges. But yeah, I think that's valuable. Obviously valuable.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, that is encouraging because it feels like it's not true at all, but I will receive it. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah.
So that's what we have for this time.
Yeah. It's been a very interesting conversation. I was really, really interested to kind of go through that and realize, so there's, like you said, there's places where I fill in your gaps, you fill in my gaps. But then it's also well, gosh, that question of what if one of us was down? There's places where each one of us needs to kind of get more skilled.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. Good news is we have someone to help us with those skills. So obviously we continue to try to grow each other and grow ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd encourage you guys to kind of take a little look at yourselves, and if you do have a significant other, kind of look at what they bring to the table, and as a positive thing, not to to say, oh, we're not doing good in these places, but just really acknowledge where we're good, and I think that's a really good thing to do anyways, to find the good things. But kind of figure out what you bring to the table and figure out how you can be beneficial in emergency situations. You never know when your skills might be needed.
Talk about how awesome you guys are for a while.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, tell us why you're awesome.
Why are you awesome? We love to hear. Yeah. I guess that's probably good.
Yeah.
We're good. Definitely. I hope that I have enough room on my phone for this one. All right. And as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.